Hello YouTubers, JBuzzsaw79, here to do a deck profile on my chain beats that I took to regionals this Saturday. I got 34 out of like 233 I think that were there, just missing the top 32 invite for next, so kind of sucks, but you know what are you going to do? I'll try to do better next time, I guess. I was pleased with how the deck ran overall. I went 5-2 and I had one draw, which we'll get to in a minute. I'm going to run through the deck real quick first, and then try to give you an idea of some things I would probably take out and change now. So the first one there is Thunder King Ryo. At 1 I ran. Granmole, threw him in there at 1. Granmole did a lot of him. Slide this back a little bit. Granmole did a lot for me. I have nothing but good things to say to him. One time it was kind of hit or miss, but every other time it was really good for me. I ran 1 bear. Those are my one-ofs, and then I ran 3 Thunderbird, 3 Banisher Radiance, 3 Rabbit, and that completes the monster portion of the deck right there. Next up, I had some spells. Obviously, I have 3 Black Garden. I had 2 Dark Hole. And then I had 2 MST. Next up, I had 3 Pot of Duality. 2 Tenki. 1 Dimensional Fissure. 1 Regeki. That finishes the spells. Now on the traps. 1 Escape Device. 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Double Prison. 1 Torrential. Double Mirror. 3, the pile's going crazy. 3 Fiendish Chain, a Macro, Bottomless, Orion, and then 2 Compulse Escape Devices. So that was the full deck here. Let's quickly grab this off. Alright, so next up after this here, I'm going to go jumping into the extra deck then. Well, basically what happened was, when I went down there, I was actually going to be running a Destiny Hero Zombie, and as I didn't have it quite done, I just basically took stuff and jumped in the car and we left. And then as we got on the road, we were talking in the car and stuff, and I'm pouring over things. I just couldn't decide. So my extra deck was basically things that were supposed to be for Destiny Hero, and so I didn't have any rank 3s I could add in to help fill out the actual rest of the deck. So we're going to go into the side deck now. I ran 2 Trap Tricks Trap Hole, a Chaos Trap Hole, Double Prohibition, and a Deep Dark Trap Hole, Double Light Imprisoning Mirror, Double Imperial Iron Wall, 2 System Down, 2 Curse Seal, and 1 MST. Basically, I'll go through this real quick then as to why I put these in. I threw MST in just because I couldn't decide what the hell to throw in. I threw Curse Seal in mainly for Necros to try to piss them up a little bit. I threw double system down in for Clipper. I threw Imperial Walls in, mainly to do the Spiritual Beast stuff. I know I couldn't remove my rabbits and stuff, but I thought I could deal with what they had on the board easier than watching the Spiritual Beasts bounce in and out and remove to get pluses from the fusions and such. So the double Light Imprisoning Mirror were in here for Stateller. The Prohibitions I cited in quite a few times, and they basically did next to nothing for me. At one point, I'd played them against, I'd play a couple Burn Abyss decks, and I'd say Dante, and then that would basically maybe 1 or 2 turns, and then they would try to get rid of it, and they would, and then they would just go off anyway, so it really didn't matter. Deep Dark Trap Hole, I put that in to try to take out, like, the Ying Zangs, or whatever the hell they're called, things like that. So, more of a general purpose. Through the Chaos Trap Hole in because I feel as though most decks are running light dark engines for the majority of them right now. So, and then the Traptrix Trap Hole we're in because of, again, people that would, when they're special summoned, they would activate their effect. So, like, I thought, well, again, well, Dante and such, that would go good against them. So, and then real quick here, cards that I would change, just kind of so it's known. We'll just grab one out. I would definitely remove MST at this point. It did me next to nothing, I felt. There was no point at which I was sitting there saying, oh God, I just wish I had an MST. So, I could, almost anything would be better at this point than running the MST in here. Next one I would change is Thunder King Ryo. Although it's a staple by itself with one, it just didn't do a lot for me. So for me personally, again, that would be one I would actually be interested in taking out of this deck at this time. And the other one I would change is this guy over here, the compulsory escape device. Reason why, I like the card, and in theory it's a good card, especially for this type of deck. However, the problem I have with it is that when I activate it, if I have, let's say I have Bunny, let me get him out here, and let's say I have these two guys out. Screw them guys. Let's say one of these two guys out. Well, let's say you have just these two out, and they have their monster over there, whatever. Okay. If I activate, I compulse, and I want a plus off of it, I bounce Rabbit, and I bounce him. So then these guys leave the field, right? Well, then your opponent's, theirs goes back. Well, if they have more than one monster, first of all, or if they even can do another monster, you kind of don't gain anything. And then it's just your back row trying to protect against no monsters. So, unless I ran, this could be something too. Maybe I'll take these out for like Threatening Roar, like that MST or something. Another one I thought about adding in, which might have worked for me too, was Penguin Soldier. Because I mean, you run the Grand Mole anyway, the Space and Grand Mole. So why not run like a Penguin Soldier, and I would take out probably like him out. See what I would do there. And yeah, I don't know, maybe running Lance, things like that. Not necessarily for my guys, but to allow for the subtraction and attack. Or terraforming I would have put in here. So I can try to make sure I get Blackguard more consistently. That's mainly about it. The deck ran itself actually pretty good during most matches. I played against 3 Abyss players Um, two of the three just outright beat the hell out of me, and that was kind of the thing. One of which, the one I won against, it was a really tough match. I should have lost. One, he outright just trashed me, and then the other one was in the first round, and he won the first game. I won the second game, and time was called during the end of the second game, and so we were at a game apiece, and we called the judge over. And apparently, the ruling is that if you have not presented your deck and cut and drew your opening hand, then you cannot do game three, and it's a draw. Um, so my only question is, I mean, it's just something for Tommy to figure out, but if that happens and you're at last table kind of thing, it's first, second, or something and doing that, and I had the same records going in, and I had the same points, and everyone was tied, so there is no winner. What? I guess to me, I thought that what should be done is like give each of us 5 turns total, back and forth, or 3 or whatever, and then basically after that, it's you do another turn, round, whatever for each of you, and it's sudden death after that kind of thing. Like, but you get a chance to respond. So like basically somebody can't go, oh, I overleft Cowboy, like Cowboy for game, and man, so that way the other person gets a chance that they can respond and either tie up the life points again or do more damage. That's what I think would be fair, but he neither here nor there. I then played 2 Medulce matchups. I won against both Medulces. The one game was just no. I take that back. I lost to the one Medulce player too. And then I destroyed the other one. It was just it was literally a walkthrough. He had nothing at any point to do anything to me with. So then what's that? I played 6 Samurai. That was a little back and forth between us, but I won the 1, 2, 3. I played what the hell, I don't know, Yosenju's or whatever, and that guy was pretty salty, like just pissy afterwards. Like we were sitting there, and I had Rabbit out here, I had Bunny sitting there, and he's like, I explained it and stuff. He's like, oh, okay, well, I'll actually finish train on it. I'm like, okay, his effect and balance still. He's like, oh, well, no, you can't because I'm finished training it. I'm like, that's the whole point of what they do. So I had to call the judge over. I mean, we called the judge over like 4 or 5 times in that one, and it was always because every time I'm explaining it to him, he'd read it and just tell me I was wrong. So I don't even think he even like knew. I think he was just being a douche just because he wanted me to be wrong or something. So he asked me about with Rabbit, and then I went on the Thunderbird. I explained it was basically the same, except and he's like, I don't believe that. So I just call him over, and then when I went to bring Rabbit back when Rabbit was by himself, I went to bring him back. He activated Vanny's Emptiness and told me I couldn't special summon it. I'm like, it doesn't special summon. Well, how does it get back to the field then? I said, just play. So I had to call a judge for that. And, gosh, I can't remember anything else that there was. There was just so many times. And then the other thing I thought was funny was because apparently everybody forgot what chain beat is. So when I played, the one guy had just the Rabbit out, and he's like, "Oh, you're playing windup, son? Isn't that? I think it's the same guy actually though. He sent you. He's like, isn't that restricted?" I'm like, well, no, it's not restricted. Well, one of them is. It's magician. Oh, so then the other thing that was funny was because I run Gravekeepers. He was sitting there telling me on how. Oh gosh, this is a long video. I'll have to wrap it up. But he was telling me how the fact that, well, if I had Necro Valley, this would be a different game. Like how? Well, I would stop him. Like, first of all, they're called Grave Keepers, not Banish Zone Keepers, not Removal Keepers. They stop the grave, not him bouncing in and out of play. First of all. Second of all, you have to have Shaman just totally shut down the graveyard because they don't necessarily do it by themselves. So, there's that one. It was interesting. Overall, I had a lot of fun. Minus the Yosenju player, everybody was awesome. We had good times, and it was just an excellent experience for me. This regionals in particular was the best one I've had in a long time. Just by hanging out and seeing everybody. So yeah, there's that in a nutshell. Any kind, thumbs up, thumbs down, welcome. Comments, always welcome. And of course, you don't have to subscribe to me, but I always ask that you go ahead and share this with other people and see what they think about it. And as always, as a community, it's always nice, I think, to if you don't agree with stuff, to actually get it out there so people can kind of see it. We can share ideas with each other and kind of learn things from each other because it only makes us a better player overall. So yeah, I got some other things coming up now. So this is JBus 79 signing off, and thank you much for watching this.